Hello. So for my project, I picked a field trip, and of course, as a gay man, I picked the adult bookstore where all the debauchery happens, or whatever happens in there from what we've seen tonight. All types of weirdos. But I brought my friend Sean along with me. Say hello, Sean.
Hi.
Say hello, Dr. Margaret.
Hi, Dr. Margaret.
So I kind of just wanted to bring him along so I can get like another perspective on what we observed, what we saw, and what goes on in the back rooms of an actual adult store. We picked this. We went to like about 4 or 5. Not all of them were
Super welcoming.
exactly. Not all of them really wanted to talk to us, but the first one that we went to, the guy, which
was called...
we're not giving names.
Oh, okay.
We're not giving any names, but this guy had worked there for 4 years, and I also did get a recording of him, but I could not get any video because I guess...
Well, let's also state that this one was the closest one to inside of the loop.
Okay.
Because there are none inside of the loop. This one was the closest directly outside of the loop in the Galleria area.
Okay. All the other ones were in the suburbs where I guess they have a do not ask, do not tell policy is what I'm guessing. But the first one was interesting. We actually got to go to the actual theater room or rooms, which were not that great, but they were there for a purpose. Basically, these rooms were just kind of nasty. I'm gonna put it like that. They had jizz on the floor.
There were no actual videos being played.
It was very silent. But it was interesting to see. Another thing, there were no women whatsoever.
No women.
They were all guys. They were no hot guys, but they were definitely guys.
90% African American.
Does that tell you something? But yeah, it was kind of interesting. The fact that like he let us go back there, we could not record, but that some of these guys are just back there having sex with each other. Obviously jizzing on the floor. But how did you feel about it?
It was not. It was a bizarre atmosphere, something that you don't see every day. And the way I put it a second ago was that it's almost like you're in an alleyway with little crevices, and in real life, if you're walking through an alleyway through crevices, you're gonna just walk as fast as you can throughout them. But instead, in this atmosphere, you go into each crevice to see who's in the crevice and to see, who you're gonna have sex with, I guess.
It is what
It's
we're
definitely-
gonna say the old gays would call a cruising spot.
Definitely.
It's definitely just let me grab you and then I'm gonna have sex with you. I'm gonna have sex with you. I'm not gonna talk to you. Basically, they were there for one purpose, and that was to really get off.
Without anyone knowing. It's very secretive.
I don't know. I wouldn't call it secretive. I would definitely say it was.
Well, I'm sure the people that know them don't know that they're there doing that.
Very true.
And they're definitely at this adult video store, not to get any videos at all, or the products that they're selling. They're going straight to the back for this sole purpose.
So would you say that this was more for...
Psyche-wise, it's for people who aren't comfortable with their sexuality.
So closeted men, people who can't come out to their families or their friends, people who view homosexuality as something...
A stigma.
A stigma, but probably were taught that it was wrong to be homosexuality and they can't really get over that
It's people living double lives.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I know what that feels like. I am not new to the adult bookstore. I have been in one before, back when I was straight. But I was definitely not visiting it frequently.
And like some of the main people said, the people that come in repetitively. They're always there. Same people mostly. It's their spot.
It's their hookup spot.
Their hookup spot.
It's their home away from home.
And it seems very risky.
Very risky. I would probably say you could catch an STD there, if not
or
play
something
safe.
or something worse. Yeah.
Yeah, or something worse.
A virus or something.
We did have a conversation with the actual guy about encouraging people to
wear condoms,
and he was one of the ones that was very open, and he did say that he encouraged people to wear condoms, buy the condoms from the actual video store.
So anyway, that was about the gist of that one. Then we left that particular store and went to another one, which was 45 North. That's all we're saying. And it was completely different. It looked like a garage, kind of. And you walked in, and to the left was a big glass case where there was no one in, and it was completely silent. And it was nothing but rows of videos, and then one crappy little door that said $8. And as we walked up to the door, someone came out of nowhere on the other side of the glass and was like,
he popped out of thin air.
He was saying, "What are you doing?" And we're like, "Oh, well," and Byron proceeded to show him the same paperwork and everything that he showed the first guy, and this guy had nothing to do with it at all. He was like, "If you're not lying, you gotta leave." Could speak barely any English and definitely shoot us out real quickly, and he wasn't cooperative at all.
The place was very quiet also, which I thought was kind of weird. There was no music playing or anything.
And there was no one coming in or out either.
No.
There was no foot traffic.
I felt like it was maybe 3 cars in the parking lot. You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
The third place that we went to was off of I-10.
Yeah.
This place was a little bit more put together.
It was definitely the same, almost the same as the first one, but it was.
But
more,
I think this one's a little more upscale.
But that one was a smoke shop as well.
Well, yes. So I guess they offered other.
So there was
novelties.
more workers there, and they were more free with their speech, but at the same time knew the law. Obviously, because they were very particular of what they would tell us.
They could play the game, basically.
Yeah, they only told us minimal information, and questioned everything that Byron had asked them. And at one point,
they would always reference
said,
that's illegal.
Yeah, that's illegal. That's
so basically,
illegal.
they knew how to cover their asses.
And they at one point accused Byron of even being a cop, had to look at his ID, would not allow us in the theater without paying $30 each. There was a couple at one point that came in and was going to go see.
Well, yeah. So this place actually offered. They had I think it was Thursday and Fridays were
Friday, Saturday was their couples night.
Couple night, which I found kind of weird. Interesting and weird because the
Swingers.
first place that we went to, the guy said that there was not much female traffic.
So that place was definitely more homosexual, while this place was for swingers.
Yes, definitely. That's exactly how I would.
And I saw from looking at the door, it looked like it wasn't a 2-story place. But when you opened the door, I saw a staircase that went up. So I guess the video place was upstairs, and if you looked up on the ceiling from the first floor, everything was soundproofed. And literally there was zero sound coming from upstairs at all.
So what I'm thinking is I think these places that these people go to, you can have sex even though it is illegal, but it's
And who would want to? I mean,
who would want to what?
have that kind of sex in public when you can.
Obviously, there is a market for
It's
it.
just so weird because this is me, but you can go to a bar and find a swinger. You can go to a swingers bar like Marfella's in River Oaks and find a swingers and go to someone's house and do the same activities, and or go to a gay bar like the first one in the Galleria area and find someone and go to their house and do the same activities, or the bathhouse and do the same activities.
I think these people who go to these places are
They're not
thrill seekers.
They're not informed on.
I'm not going to say they're not informed. I just think they want to be doing something that is risky in their sex life, something that they should not be doing, but then makes them feel like they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, so it feels good to go there and actually do it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, only I can say is they're looking for either a thrill in their sex life or these people just like fucking.
Well, then the fourth and last place that we went to off 290.
Which I should have not have drove to, but did.
We went and it was very quiet. There wasn't a single person in the parking lot except for one car with one person sitting in it, very far away, very creepy. She was not having it. She said, I can't tell you anything. There's been a lot of stuff that's been going on. That's why there's no one here, obviously. Same thing, theater room. You had to go through a door to get there.
But this place charged $8.
And yeah, she just plainly said some of these places have been rated for illegal activity, therefore.
And for not having licensed employees. So I'm guessing they were hiring immigrants and paying them under the table from what I got from what she was actually saying, but
she
not
also
saying.
said she's fairly new to that position and that establishment as
and
well.
I think when we walked in, she was like kind of asleep, cause like she was like this, and then she like popped up, and you could tell like she had like passed out. This place was actually kind of.
It was nice on the inside, not that nice on the outside.
Yeah, and it was like secluded.
Very kind of pushed.
Yeah. Now in the back rooms, I really wish I would have been able to go in those back rooms, but they didn't let us.
The other ones would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
Especially if they have like swingers and straight people or heterosexual
I would
people
have
in there.
Personally, I would have never thought that straight couples go to places like this. I would have thought gay men, closeted men, or bisexual men go to places like this to have sex with a guy just because they don't want to like either like go to a bar and people see them where they can be identified.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it was very interesting, this tour of adult stores. Adult stores.
4 all around the city, and each one different vibes, different everything.
Each one had a different vibe.
Different employees telling us different things, and it's very different, you know. And I've driven past these 24-hour video stores and never thought that that's what they were for. And now from now on, I'll never look at any of them the same.
Question: would you ever go to the video store if no one knew that you went, just to experience it for the first time?
I don't think I would personally. It's just to go into the first one that they let us in back there without even paying, like just to see the vibe and the atmosphere that was going on there was just like very alleyway creepy. Like it was just nasty. Like I didn't feel comfortable in there, and like I said, I was in the first room just trying to see like what was going on. There was just no one was in there. It was just a bench and a video, and then that when you opened the door, there was someone already behind the door, just like being creepy and trying to talk to you, and it's just like not my type of thing. And no matter how horny, I guess I don't know the right word for that, but horny I would be, I would not even ever in my right mind
Nobody gets horny.
think about going desperate or depraved or whatever. I would never go into a place like that to seek out random sex. I would go to a bar and try to meet someone substantial that I could mess with, or just call up a friend or something. You know what I mean? Like one or the other before someone I knew or have seen before or hung out with for the whole night and felt connections with. That's just me though.
Do you feel that these places are necessary to the closeted man or the man that's married to a woman but doesn't want to come out?
No, I don't think they're necessary. If you're gonna sell DVDs, that's one thing, but if you're having like your own sex room in the back, like I don't think that's to me. I don't think it's necessary.
Okay.
For what I'm morally, I think it's kind of wrong.
Okay.
To be honest, but like we were talking about earlier, these places probably popped up back in the days for homosexuals who were closeted.
Yes, very true.
And so they could mingle and meet and maybe.
This is only our.
At
theory.
This day, you can, yeah, it's a theory, but at this day, you can obviously tell it's a dying breed of an establishment or to go and have public sex like that. Like, no one.
Yeah, but they also have places like Club Houston, which is supposed to be like a
those
spa
are
or
more
gym.
established and obviously have more money flowing into them, and therefore that's expected, I guess. And maybe it's just a more higher end version of it, but I don't know. To me, it just felt like the whole thing was weird. That it's a disguise of a smoke sex shop, but in reality, it's just really a public sex place.
So basically, it's a place. It's a cover up It's a cover up for illegal acts, basically.
Somewhat.
Okay.
I mean, technically, you're not in public. You are in a building, so I don't think it's illegal, as in like having sex like on the street with somebody. But
it is illegal to pay for sex.
Yeah, that's prostitution.
In the state of Texas.
Yeah. And they're not paying a person, they're paying the establishment to use their facility to have sex in.
Yeah, but a person owns that establishment and that person profits off of that.
So that person's like a pimp, kind of.
Modern day?
It's weird.
Mm.
Is it very
modern legal day?
I would never recommend any of those places to anybody to go have sex in. Like, no matter how randy you're feeling, I would never be like, oh, you can go here and pop on in and get your thrills with a stranger. Just pay $1 every couple. What do you say?
Yeah, but also
as long as you put $1 in every 20 minutes or so.
But I mean, it's kind of like the same thing as like Grindr. People see their profile, they say, "Hey, come over."
But they go to their house, yeah. So maybe.
So
but
me, what's the difference?
So
because
Grindr, I don't like Grindr because I don't want anyone come to my house that I don't know. So maybe it's the opposite to these people going there. It's like, oh, it's a stranger, but it's in a public place, so nothing can really happen. It can't be that dangerous, opposed to, oh, I'm bringing a random stranger to my personal apartment or house or whatever. That's dangerous, so they could kill me here, they could rob me here, blah, blah. They can't do that to me here, so I'll meet them here instead. Maybe that's their mindset in meeting in public.
So it's like
when you meet someone online, you want to meet them in public because you don't want right away to have them come to your house. You don't know them. Maybe instead of even getting on Grindr, they just go to these places expecting to meet people that they don't know, but it's public, so it feels safe to them. But at the same time, it's risky.
But haven't we
It's safe
all
and
met
risky.
somebody offline?
Yes, I have, but met them in person first.
So you've never so you're telling me that you've never invited somebody to your house?
Not directly off of line to my house, no.
Okay. I can't say the same thing. But
that's just too risky to me.
It is
I have
risky.
to meet you in public. I have to catch your vibe. I have to see how you are. I need you to hang out with me and my friends for a second. If you're cool, then we'll hang out for the rest of the night, and then we'll see what happens. But never once have I been like, oh, I don't know you. I just met you online. Come over to my house. Here's my address.
Okay.
And never once has anyone ever come over.
Maybe it's just easier for
but
these
you know,
people to go to these like places and just say, It's no, because they can also pay in cash, so it's no like trail of
Paper
them
trail,
going
yeah.
there. That's something to think about. That was my field trip.
Well, it's been 20 minutes, so I should wrap it up. It was interesting night. 2.5 hours of going to adult DVD stores.
Sex shops. Signing off.